The orbital station's zenith hung like a steel crown above Earth's atmosphere, its corridors humming with the steady rhythm of artificial gravity generators. Maya stood in the combat arena's observation deck, her dark eyes scanning the readouts on her neural interface. She was human, a fact that made her presence here, among the galaxy's most advanced species, both remarkable and controversial. Ferret watched her from across the arena floor, his stance relaxed but calculating. He was Kethran, a member of the species renowned across 7 systems for their mastery of gravitational manipulation. His people had been bending space-time for warfare and engineering for millennia before humanity had even discovered fire. The silver implants along his temples pulsed with a faint blue light, connected directly to the gravity field generators embedded in his armor. "You understand the terms, human?" Ferret's voice carried the characteristic, harmonic undertone of his species. Words layered with subsonic frequencies that made the air itself vibrate. "This is not a training exercise. The galactic combat trials determine hierarchy. Lose here, and humanity remains in the outer tier. Your species will never advance beyond labor colonies and mining operations." Maya rolled her shoulders, loosening muscles that had been honed through years of training in Earth's full gravity. A crushing 9.8 meters per second squared that most species found barbarically harsh. "I understand perfectly," she replied, her voice steady. "You talk. I fight. Let's see which one matters." The arena's neural overseer announced the match parameters. Standard gravitational combat rules. No lethal force. Victory by incapacitation or surrender. The Kethran delegation in the observation galleries above murmured among themselves, their translators rendering their speech into a babble of languages. None of them gave Maya a chance. Humans were physically inferior, slower than Kethrans, weaker than Bronthi, less coordinated than the 4-armed Tessari. They had only one distinction. They came from a death world with gravity so intense it had forged them into something dense and stubborn. The match began. Ferret moved first, his fingers dancing through the air in practiced gestures. The gravity net materialized instantly, a shimmering web of compressed space-time that folded reality itself into a cage. It was the signature Kethran technique, used to immobilize opponents by multiplying local gravity by a factor of 10, 20, sometimes 50. Prisoners caught in such nets couldn't move, couldn't breathe, could barely think under the crushing weight. The net flew toward Maya like a living thing, expanding as it traveled. She had 3 seconds, maybe 4. She didn't run. Instead, Maya launched herself forward, directly into the net's path. Her neural implant fed her real-time calculations trajectory, field density, structural stress points. The net's pattern was beautiful in its complexity. Threads of gravitational force woven so tightly, they appeared solid. But Maya had studied Kethran combat doctrine for 18 months. She had watched hundreds of matches, analyzed thousands of net configurations. Every net had a weakness. Every weave had a breaking point. As the gravity field enveloped her, as the weight began to multiply and drag her down, Maya did something no Kethran opponent had ever attempted. She raised her knee, not randomly, not desperately, with absolute precision. Her knee struck the exact center point where 3 gravitational threads intersected, the place where the net's structural integrity was maintained through quantum entanglement. The impact, delivered with every ounce of strength her Earth-forged muscles could muster, created a shockwave through the field's architecture. For a microsecond, nothing happened. Then the net screamed. Gravitational fields, when disrupted violently enough, produce a phenomenon called cascade dissolution. The entangled threads began unraveling faster than Ferret's implants could compensate. The net didn't just break, it shattered. Fragments of distorted space-time dispersing like shards of glass. Maya hit the ground in a controlled roll, her boots finding purchase on the arena floor before the last remnants of the net had dissolved. She came up in a fighting stance, barely breathing hard. The observation galleries went silent. Ferret stared, his silver implants flickering with disbelief. "Impossible," he whispered. The calculations alone. No organic mind could. You're right. Maya interrupted, advancing. No organic mind could calculate that fast. But humans don't just use our minds. She tapped her chest. Maya. She tapped her chest. We use everything. Muscle memory. Instinct. Pattern recognition. Developed through 10,000 generations of predator avoidance. We see the shape of things. Ferret unleashed a barrage of gravity wells, trying to destabilize her footing. But Maya moved like water, flowing between the distortions. She had trained in variable gravity chambers, had learned to read the telltale shimmer of space-time manipulation. Where Catherine saw combat as an intellectual exercise in field manipulation, humans saw it as a fight, raw, immediate, visceral. She closed the distance in seconds. Ferret raised a gravitational barrier, a wall of compressed force that should have stopped her cold. Maya struck it with her palm, not trying to break through, but feeling for the resonance frequency. Then she struck again. And again. Each impact calculated, building harmonic interference. The barrier shuddered and collapsed. Maya's fist connected with Ferret's chest plate, the kinetic force amplified by the momentum she'd built up. The Kethran warrior flew backward, his implants sparking as emergency dampeners kicked in. He hit the arena wall and slumped. Conscious, but defeated. The arena overseer's voice echoed. Victory. Maya of Earth. Humanity advances to mid-tier status. The observation galleries erupted. Some in outrage, some in shock. A very few in reluctant admiration. Maya extended a hand to Ferret, helping him to his feet. The Kethran warrior looked at her with new eyes. The arrogance replaced by something approaching respect. How? He asked simply. Your people spent millennia perfecting gravity manipulation, Maya explained. You made it elegant, sophisticated, perfect. She smiled. But perfection is predictable. Humans, we're messy. We improvise. We see the universe not as equations to solve, but as problems to overcome. She paused. Also, we've been falling our whole lives. One more time didn't scare us. Ferret nodded slowly, understanding dawning. Your world taught you. Every brutal day of it, Maya confirmed. 10 meters per second squared, from the moment we're born until the day we die. It's not the heaviest gravity in the galaxy, but it's ours. And it made us strong enough, fast enough, stubborn enough to stand here. As she walked toward the exit, the human delegation rising to meet her, Maya thought about Earth, that beautiful, terrible ball of water and stone that pressed down on everything with relentless force. The gravity that made every step a challenge, every jump a triumph, every fall a lesson. The galaxy had given humanity a single gift: adversity. Humanity had learned to make it enough. Behind her, Ferret watched the human leave, his implants already recording every microsecond of the match for analysis. The Kethran combat academies would study this for years, and they would learn what the galaxy was only beginning to understand. Humans didn't just adapt to challenges, they thrived on them. And in the arena of galactic competition, that made them the most dangerous species of all.